What's up, guys? It's your boy Ken and Corey here, and I'm a little stopped up because I was outside for hours waiting on Kamala Harris yesterday, and that's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about what it was like going to her rally that she just had just outside the White House at the Elipse, and it was my first campaign event that I've ever been to in my life, so I just wanted to just see what it was like. It was a few streets over from where I stay at, so why not walk over and check it out? Once again, I'm a little stopped up, so if I sound weird, it's because I was outside and I'm trying to recover. I'm gonna take tomorrow off because I really ain't feeling it today. But first of all, let me say this. It was so many people at this event.
This is crazy. This is the line to go see Kamala Harris do a speech right now in downtown DC. The line is ridiculous. It goes all the way down to the end of the street, and then I think it comes all the way back up.
I've never seen a line this long ever in my entire life. Have I ever seen a line this long? When you register for the event, it tells you the entrance to take, which was supposed to be on Constitution and 17th Street. But when I walked over there, I was on 16th Street, which was all the way on the back side of the White House. Actually, it's the front side of the White House, but at this time, it looked like it was the back side of where we were going.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and chalk it up that I'm not gonna make it inside because this is ridiculous. I didn't leave until I got off of work. But this line is insane. I know I keep talking about it, but y'all don't understand. Y'all have to be here to see this.
The line was wrapped all the way around the building, all the way down to Constitution. I mean, you could barely see how far the line went. And then not only did you, when you get down to the bottom of 16th Street and you make a right on Constitution, the line kept going all the way to 17th Street. When I tell you it took every bit of 20 something minutes to just walk to the entrance, I was trying to walk just to find where the line began, because walking up there and just seeing so many people waiting in line, you feel like you just want to hop in line, but in actual reality, if you paid attention to how long that line was, if you would have hopped in there was no way you were actually going to make it inside the event. You were going to end up being stuck outside and being put over in the overflow area, which no one really wanted to be at, even though it was underneath the Washington Memorial Little Grounds area. But I just wanted to be inside the fence because I actually never physically saw Kamala before, and I just wanted to be with the crowd.
Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. Me, like so many other people, we put our thinking caps on and we realized after we did our calculations that there's no possible way that you can wait in this line and expect to actually get into the rally. So I'm gonna be real with you. I skipped it. I skipped the heck out that line, all right? And it wasn't just me. It was a lot of us that skipped that line. I don't feel as bad anymore because I know I ain't the only one that skipped the line. We got guys over here, they didn't skip the line. He didn't skip the line. Everybody skipped the line, so I don't feel bad no more. That's why the line wasn't moving. They was skipping. They was walking straight to the entrance like I did, and they skipped it.
So once we got into the actual event, what I can say is, after we went through the metal detectors and everything, I can say that finding a spot at the time when I got there around 5:30 wasn't too bad. The crowd was already a crowd. Like all the bleachers were already filled. All the seating was already filled up. There was tons of people standing behind the seating. I would say I ended up being about 100 yards away from the actual podium where everyone was going to be speaking. So it wasn't too bad. I can still see the stage from where I was standing, but to be in the crowd with so many different types of people all coming together for a common cause, that was pretty cool. I saw black people, white people, Spanish people, straight people, gay people. I saw people from America, people not from America, all coming together to support her, and that was pretty cool. Her music selection was very interesting. I don't know, for some reason I expected maybe different type of music, maybe more serious music. But it was cool to hear the type of music that I would expect to hear at like a cookout with like my family or something like that. You heard a lot of Beyonce, a lot of old school music, also a lot of new school music as well. They had a pretty good selection. They had pop music they played. It was interesting. Now the DJ that was getting everybody hyped up, getting ready for Kamala, did a pretty good job of us not really paying attention too much to the fact that Kamala ended up being like 30 minutes late. You can notice that the security around the event or surrounding the event started to kind of beef up, because out of nowhere there was a helicopter that flew all around us and started circling us probably at least about 10 times. There was a drone in the air. There was snipers on all the buildings. Like, the security was definitely top notch. I even had a friend of mine from work that said that when she was leaving work, how Secret Service police were all up and down every street, even all the streets that you wouldn't think of as far as like the little cutaways and little alleyways. They were just Secret Service just everywhere, making sure nobody was going to be on that foolishness. You feel me? So once we got through like the national anthem, at the twilight's last gleam, and a few people going on stage giving their testimonies about, you know, how certain type of policies that Kamala is supporting help their family. Once we got through all those testimonies, it was pretty cool to see her come out on stage, and also just to see how like whatever the production crew was, like how they angled and had different cameras moving. It really almost felt like we were watching a movie, even though it was in real life. They did a great job of making everything look larger than life, is what I'm saying. It was great. I don't know why I didn't get a flag. I wish I could have had a flag, because obviously everyone had a flag, by the way. Now, when Kamala finally got to the stage, the crowd erupted. Everyone was finally happy to see her, and the vibe that I got from watching her speak and just watching how everything went down, it made me feel like she was already celebrating the fact that she's already won or something like that. It was almost like she's manifesting the fact that she won already. And I feel like everybody was right along with her mentally in that manifestation. They were all like, hey, you already won. All of the different speeches of everybody who went on stage, they all capped their speech by pretty much saying, hey, let's turn the page on Trump. So it was like everyone seemed like to be all on accord, all unanimously on the same page.
I will make sure America has the strongest, most lethal fighting force in the world.
It was very well organized. There was so much media there. The media took up a lot of space that a lot of people who actually need to hear what she had to say and see what she had to say, they were in the prime locations that you would think people would want to be in, like in the bleachers and top rows and stuff like that. And I understand that the media really wants to break the story and they really want to be the first to get that out there to their audiences. But I'm like, man, it would have been nice to have had a section that was not just for media, where more of the audience could have been able to see her. But once again, she delivered, I think, a pretty good speech. She really compared the differences between her and Trump. I really got the vibe that she was really like leaning towards the woman vote, as far as like being like pro-woman, about supporting laws where women have the right to do abortions, and even going as far to say stuff like, you know, how the government shouldn't have the right to tell women what to do with their body. That really got women fired up. Every time she made a comment about women, basically, women got fired up. And I think she kind of fed off that just a little bit. And it was also just cool to be able to imagine in my mind, while being in the audience, what people could have been feeling when Trump was in her exact shoes, delivering the speech that he ended up ultimately making that made people ended up storming the Capitol building. She really kind of pinpointed the fact that like there's a major difference in the way that she handles things and the way he handles things, about how he looks at people who disagree with him as enemies, and how she values the people who don't necessarily agree with her, to the point where she's even willing to give them a seat at the table. So these are a lot of the things I took away. You know, I didn't write none of these notes down. This is really me going off the top of my head from the memory of what I saw there at the actual event. Now, I'll be honest with you, I've been on the fence about all this stuff. Like, I'm not really big into politics whatsoever. My channel has nothing to do with politician, political, anything. But to have gone to her speech and to see her deliver and about the things that she's passionate about is making me think, you know, as far as like at least getting out to vote and do my research to just be a part of like the election and the voting process in general. It seems like something I want to do for sure. Now, I'm not going to say what you guys should vote for. I'm just giving you guys the experience of what it was like being behind the scenes at Kamala's event. I'm definitely glad that I went, even though I probably was outside in the cold a little too long. That's why I'm all stopped up now. But she did her thing. Once she said her last few sentences, she left. And it kind of gave me a little bit of time to make my way to the front after people started leaving, just to like see how everything looked. I sat down and looked at the stage, and I looked at where the media was and just saw like the aftermath of how everything looked. It was a lot of like plastic bottles everywhere. I know that the volunteers or the people who helped put everything together probably had a time cleaning everything up, but all in all, I think this was all for a good cause. And I could see myself possibly going to like, you know, future speeches and rallies maybe, but I got to make sure I'm packed full of vitamin C because it was too many people. I think ultimately, after they did the results, they said it was about 75,000 people were there. And it was hard to see exactly how many people were there because once you're in the crowd, you can only see but so far. Like, to me, it only looked like there was maybe about 2,000 people or something like that. Yeah, when you really calculate it and you see all the like videos of like from like up above, like looking down at the crowd, yeah, it was definitely every bit of 70,000, 75,000 people there for sure. But yeah, that's it, man. I just want to give you guys the behind the scenes vibe of what it was like being at Kamala's rally. I don't know if it's her last one or not, but I know it was a very important one for her because we're only like a couple of days out from election right now. So if you are watching this video and it's not election day yet, I would encourage you guys to go out there and go vote. Vote for whoever you want to vote for. Do some research though and see if these people align with the same type of priorities that you feel like you have in your life. And just vote, you know, make your voice count. That's all I can say. Now me, I'm about to go rest and get myself back together because I'm almost down for the count right now, but I had to get the video out before it's too late and before this isn't as relevant anymore. With that said, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Keep aiming for the top, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Man. Well, that was the whole thing. Time to make it home.